what I'm endeavoring to do with this video is analyze the word idiot and trace it to its root, idios. Today's topic of discussion is how to not be an idiot. And let me start by saying the essence of the Greek word for idiot means one's own. In other words, we are idiots if we fail to understand the perspective and understanding of anyone or anything outside of ourselves. So if you want to not be an idiot, the first thing that we need to do is really be empathetic and put ourselves in the shoes of others so that we can understand where they're coming from, which will teach us how and why they act the way they do. And if we can understand that, then we can work with it. So the way to not be an idiot is to get outside yourself and negotiate with others in a way that they understand. Well, this is interesting. I looked up idiot online and found under etymology, which is the history of the word idiot ultimately comes from the Greek noun idiotes, a private person, individual, as opposed to the state, a private citizen, as opposed to someone with a political office, a common man, a person lacking professional skill, layman, later unskilled, ignorant, derived from the adjective idios, personal, not public, not shared. In Latin, idiota was borrowed in the meaning uneducated, ignorant, common, and in late Latin came to mean crude, illiterate, ignorant. In French, it kept the meaning of illiterate, ignorant, and added the meaning stupid in the 13th century. In English, it added the meaning mentally deficient in the 14th century. Many political commentators, starting as early as 1856, have interpreted the word idiot as reflecting the ancient Athenians' attitudes to civic participation in private life, combining the ancient meaning of private citizen with the modern meaning fool to conclude that the Greeks used the word to say that it is selfish and foolish not to participate in public life. But this is not how the Greeks used the word. It is certainly true that the Greeks valued civic participation and criticized non-participation. Thucydides quotes Pericles' funeral oration as saying, "We regard him who takes no part in these public duties not as unambitious, but as useless." However, neither he nor any other ancient author uses the word idiot to describe non-participants, or in a derogatory sense. Its most common use was simply a private citizen or amateur as opposed to a government official, professional, or expert. The derogatory sense came centuries later and was unrelated to the political meaning. How about that? That's pretty interesting. So my understanding of the word idiot is derived from the word idios, meaning one's own, and that word private is the word idios. The thing that I glean from this is the concept of private interpretation. You know, we live with our brains and our bodies and our soul and our personality and our essence. So it's impossible to not have one's own interpretation. One might substitute the word perception for interpretation. You know, we all have to perceive life as we perceive it. Private interpretation, that's the whole concept here. And what I'm endeavoring to do with this video is analyze the word idiot and trace it to its root, idios, which comes from private interpretation. And my perception is that an idiot is someone who is closed off in their own little world, like so-called narcissists or egomaniacs, or whatever term you want to ascribe to that and them. So if we want to be an idiot, close ourselves off and don't understand other people, you know, so that we can interact with other people from the position and perspective of understanding. So if you want to be an idiot, don't understand other people. And the Greeks really archaically interpreted being an idios as being someone who didn't involve themselves in public life. Rather, they recluded. So I do understand that. And while we need time to self-assess and reclude and study and take time out for prayer and fasting and studying and, recharging ourselves, the goal of being recharged is to go out and spend the charge among humanity and interact with humanity and work together to improve society and our lives and leave the world a better place. Improve the world for our progeny, for future generations, et cetera, et cetera. Move culture and society and everything that we have and live within forward.